Hi there, Doug Stuman with IT Creations. Today we'll be taking a look at the Supermicro A Server 2114GT-DNR. This is a 2-node system and a 2U chassis, so each server node is nearly 1U in height, but you can still outfit it with up to 3 double-wide GPUs or up to 6 single-wide GPUs. Each of the server nodes also supports a single second or third generation AMD EPYC series processor and up to 2 terabytes of memory. If you like our channel, hit that subscribe button or give us the thumbs up. I mean, if you like it. Too soon to tell? Then let's get to it. The Supermicro A Server 2114GT-DNR is a high-density platform and can easily support a number of applications that benefit from GPU acceleration. Applications like AI inference and machine learning, cloud gaming, media and video streaming, plus industrial automation, retail, and smart medical expert systems. Meant for data centers, cloud applications, or institutions where you're paying for rack space or rack space is limited, this platform offers 2 server nodes and a 2U chassis. You can even use this as a building block for a supercomputer with several of these linked together and the application workload distributed across the nodes. The dual single-socket nodes are powered and cooled by the main chassis, which also hosts the 4 upfront drive bays. Still, 2 densely packed high-performance server nodes, each of which can support a separate workload or be clustered together. The front has 4 hot swap 8cm fans with storage on the right-hand side and a small control panel for each of the server nodes. Server node A on the bottom and server node B on top. Drive supported are hot swap 2.5-inch U.2 NVMe Gen 4 drives with 2 assigned per node. The small control panel adjacent to the drive bays have a power on button, information LED, and unit ID button with LED. This system does have some depth at just shy of 30 inches. Are you interested in the Supermicro A Server 2114GT-DNR with dual single-socket GPU server nodes and a 2U chassis? If you are, then for a limited time you can save up to $500 off a system that's listed or one that you can configure using our handy-dandy configurator that's valued at $5,000 or more. Just click that link for more information. And when you're ready to make a purchase, just mention this video. You too could be on your way to building a supercomputer with massive parallel processing capabilities to run Crysis. The server nodes are installed from the back of the system. The power supply units on the left-hand side line up with the drive cages in front. Those PSUs provide up to 2,600 watts with a 200 to 240 volt system, each in a dual redundant 1+1 configuration. They are titanium rated at 96% efficiency and hot swappable. Each server node has a COM port, dedicated Intelligent Platform Management Interface or IPMI LAN port, 2 USB 3.0 ports below that, and an OCP 3.0 compatible mezzanine card slot for a Network Interface Controller or NIC. This system can be managed remotely using the IPMI port, which connects to the ASPEED AST2600 Baseboard Management Controller, or BMC. Supermicro does have a few management tools. SuperDoctor 5 is for a single system, and then there's also the Supermicro Server Manager, or SSM, which is for data centers and enables administrators to manage the network. The Supermicro Power Manager and Update Manager provide further tools for regulating power consumption and software updates. However, if you do want that remote management capability, then you will also need the out-of-band license key. Pulling out one of the server nodes, you can see there are 3 GPU cages and one at the back with 2 more towards the front of the system. That riser at the back of the chassis supports a GPU on one side and a high-performance card on the other. That high-speed performance card might be connected to other 2114GT-DNR servers in a cluster, as many of these AI and machine learning applications require some serious computing power and super fast communications. An air shroud helps direct cool air over the CPU, memory modules, and also a wee little one for the M.2 drive slots on the system board. This unit features one of Supermicro's H12 motherboards, which support AMD EPYC CPUs. The X12 version is for Intel Xeon Scalable CPUs. Currently, as of the beginning of the second quarter of this year, which is 2024, Supermicro has also announced their X14 boards with support for 6th generation Intel Xeon Scalable CPUs. That, dear friends, is beside the point, as I jumped over the X13 boards for the 4th generation Intel CPUs, not to mention the H13 boards with support for 4th generation AMD EPYC CPUs. Still, no slacker, this particular motherboard has a single socket for a 2nd or 3rd generation AMD EPYC CPU with up to 64 physical cores and 128 virtual threads. This particular platform is set up with an AMD EPYC 7313 Gen 3 CPU with 32 cores and 128 megabytes of L3 cache. Also supported are CPUs featuring AMD V-Cache technology, offering a definite performance boost and up to 768 megabytes of L3 cache for better data queuing at the CPU. AMD V-Cache technology is also targeted at a very select group of workloads, including electronic design automation, finite element analysis, and computational fluid dynamics. A random note, those have an X suffix. With 8 memory channels per CPU and only 8 memory module slots on the system board, each module will operate in their very own memory channel for best performance. 4 low-profile PCI 4.0x16 expansion slots are for add-on cards, including those supporting Remote Direct Memory Access or RDMA, 200 GB InfiniBand, and 200 GB Ethernet. Another x8 PCI 4.0 mezzanine card slot for an OCP card will provide other network communications. This one has 2 1 gigabit Ethernet ports. 2 PCI 4.0x4 slots on the system board for support of those NVMe M.2 drives I mentioned previously. Those drives can be used to support the OS with just a single drive or with dual drives in mirror mode for redundancy. They can also be used to provide additional storage. GPUs are supported in 3 riser cages, with 2 towards the front of the chassis and the 3rd in back on that right-hand side of the butterfly riser. You have a choice of GPUs with both active and passive cooling. The risers will determine the number of cards you can install, with several kits offered by Supermicro that will support NVIDIA A100 cards with 3 8-pin power connectors distributed on the board to power those cards, or up to 6 of, say, the single-width NVIDIA T4 or A2 cards. AMD is also represented with support for the AMD Instinct MI100 and MI210 accelerators. Only 2 of those cards are NVIDIA certified, whereas the others have been vetted by Supermicro. This system is set up with 2 NVIDIA RTX A4500 GPUs with 20 gigabytes GDDR6 memory and 7,168 CUDA cores and a PCI 4.0x16 interface. It's a dual-width GPU with active cooling and does indeed have ports that can be used to hook up displays if they were accessible. It features Ampere architecture, which was superseded by the Ada Lovelace architecture. This card can be used for visual computing applications with 56 second-generation ray tracing cores and 96 ropes. However, with 224 third-gen tensor cores and those 7,168 CUDA cores in support of massively parallel workloads, it's a good multitasking card. It can be used for AI development, AI training, and inferencing, plus complex compute workloads and memory-intensive tasks like creating large simulation models. It's a very flexible GPU, and I have no idea what the end user is doing with it. I do hope you enjoyed this short overview of the Supermicro A+Server 2114GT-DNR. It may be slightly dated with support for 2nd and 3rd generation AMD EPYC CPUs, but you can't deny the performance capabilities of the system. Definitely still a contender for those AI and machine learning applications, especially if you link a few of these together. Anyways, if you are looking for one of these or several, try IT Creations. We're partners with Supermicro and can get you the goods and can configure to your specifications. If you want more information on this platform, just click one of the links below or that one right there, itcreations.com. Did you like this video? If you did, it's time for that thumbs up. Until next time, I'm Doug Stewart with IT Creations, and thanks for watching.